outside, things may look somewhat the same here at ExtraMile Arena. On the inside, things looking very different as the Boise State Broncos get ready to host the College of Idaho Coyotes here on their first game of this season, the home opener. Leonard Berry, Heather Berry, some new additions this season. You notice the masks, the plexiglass wall. But Heather, we're here, we're playing basketball inside ExtraMile Arena, and I think that's all anyone could hope for at this moment.
That is, I know, as is everyone, basketball is back. Basketball is back in the Treasure Valley, and we are excited for this broadcast today.
We are very excited for it. Of course, Coach Gordy Presnell also very excited for this game. He will be making his 100th game as a head coach, 16 years with the Broncos, 34 seasons overall, and he's got almost a 70% winning rate as a coach in 33 seasons. That is an incredible rate.
That is awesome, and knowing and experiencing being coached by Gordy, absolutely. He was the guy that I would have loved to have played for my entire college career. I went to practice on Wednesday just to kind of check out and see what's going on, and Gordy, we were talking about his 1,000th game, and definitely he is ready for this one.
He's absolutely going to be taking over a new look team this season, but when you look at his numbers, we saw them there for just a second. 691 wins, he'll more than likely get to 700 career wins this season. That's an incredible feat. 295 with the Broncos, more than likely again will surpass 300 with Boise State this season. Those are some elite numbers, and just looking at it, he's currently 41st on the all-time victory list of NCAA, all levels, and he's also the winningest coach in Boise State history. Of course, the 4 consecutive Mountain West postseason titles as well play a little bit of part into that. He is a winner through and through and has brought great success to this Bronco program.
He definitely has. When I came over this week, and he was, telling the girls, first game we got to run through some stuff, and he pointed me out and he said, Heather had this speech 16 years ago. Crazy to think it's been that long, but he has been tremendous with this program since his entry here. It's
really insane to think about, but maybe even more crazy on the court is the fact that the Broncos returned basically no one from the team that won 4 consecutive titles. Riley Lupfer, Jade Christopher, Ashanti Coleman, Brady Hodges, Ellie Warner, all gone. The 3 returners, Jade Lavelle, Mallory McGuire, and Rachel Bowers, 8 true freshmen, 2 redshirt freshmen make up the roster this season, and it's going to be a lot of growing pains probably this season for the Broncos, Heather.
It is. It definitely is. You got a lot of new faces, 8 freshmen, 2 returning redshirt freshmen. You've got a lot to teach. You got a lot of chemistry to get going, and one good thing about this team is they are big. We have a big lineup, a little bit different than the way we've had in the past. We've got some people that are a little shorter, but we are big, and from a post, I'm excited about that.
Yeah, the Broncos do return Mallory McGuire, redshirt senior transfer from Oregon, who had a fantastic season last year for Boise State, really anchored that 5 role. She will more than likely be in the starting lineup for most of the season, and we will get you to the starting lineups and tip-off coming up right after this. It's the Coyotes and the Broncos next on the Mountain West Network. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, inside ExtraMile Arena. Just moments away from tip-off here in the season opener for both of these squads, the Boise State Broncos and the College of Idaho Coyotes. Again, we talked about the new look for Boise State, and you're going to see it in the starting lineup. The Broncos playing basically no one that started a season ago. This team is a very new look, and maybe the biggest subtraction here that we should probably talk about is Mallory McGuire, who started 32 games last season. Not playing today, an undisclosed scratch from the starting lineup.
Yeah, definitely, but without Mallory, we still have the biggest lineup in probably Bronco history. As you can see, Mary Kay starting in that point guard position at 5'11", big point guard for the Broncos.
Very tall point guard. Jake Christopher last year, in comparison, only around 5'6", 5'7", so narrows a big height upgrade as the Broncos win the tip and begin their first offensive possession of the season. First shot won't go. Bowers, second chance again, and that one will fall. So count 2 points for Rachel Bowers, her first points of the season, and she'll get a trip to the line.
Yeah, that's a great feedback from Bowers. She went in, got the O board, and put it back in.
And it was Abby Muse who missed the first shot of her collegiate career. But Bowers there on the putback. However, the free throw won't go, and the Coyotes will get their first shot here. And it'll be the senior Kate Renfro, Quick three-pointer taken, and that one won't go. Sophia Jackson with the miss. Last season, the Broncos love to push the tempo.
Yeah, I was going to say one of the keys to the game for the Broncos is to push the ball, to get that ball moving up and down the floor.
Another huge offensive rebound, another one, and Bowers with a quick 3 rebounds already.
Yeah, definitely with our lineup being taller than College of Idaho, you're going to see a lot of O-boards by the Broncos just based off of their height.
Allie Cannon forced to pick up the dribble, results in a turnover for Bowers. Narrow finding the streaker. That one won't go. Alexis Mark off the mark, and it'll go back the other way.
Let's see if College of Idaho can get something set up with their third possession of the game.
Trying to work on Bowers and falling to the ground. No call. That was Sienna Riggle. Another turnover. This time it's Mark again, and this time she converts at the rim.
That is a great push by the Broncos up and down the floor. Alexis didn't even have to take a dribble. She was out on that fast break.
Almost 2 minutes into this game already. Broncos on a 6-0 run. Sophia Jackson gives it back to Riggle. Looking for the return pass, and Lavelle got a hand in there. Some solid defense there from Jade Lavelle. And C of I will inbound under the basket. Riggle once more, working on Bowers. Bowers gets a hand on it. Rebound goes to Riggle. Pass is tipped and stolen away. Boise State active defense here. Here comes Narrow. Bounce past Lavelle off the glass. 2 more, 8-0. And a timeout.
Yeah, the Broncos are being little hustlers right now, and College of Idaho wants to talk about it.
Indeed, Janice Beal, her 3rd season as the C of I head coach, calling timeout. As you see, Bowers not only blocks the shot, then gets the hand in there. Narrow to Lavelle, 8-0. Broncos will take a break. Coyote basketball here after the timeout. 7:52 to replay in the first quarter. 8-0 Broncos. Haven't really talked much about C of I yet. The Yotes picked to finish 8th in the Cascade Conference this season after going 12-18 overall last year, but going 500 in conference play. Again, just their 3rd season under head coach Janice Beal. And this is a pretty good test for the Broncos in the sense of getting new players out there against a team that's probably not as strong as Boise State is going to be this season. 2 on the shot clock, 1 up to the basket and no good. Again, the shot misses. That was Renfro and Riggle both missing opportunities there at the basket.
Yeah, that was a nice drive by College of Idaho to the basket. Just didn't fall in.
Bowers quick turnaround, no good. Rebound Alexi Mitchell. And it seems, even though the Broncos don't return many from a season ago, Renfro no good once more in a battle for the ball, the offensive tempo and the presence of head coach Gordy Presnell remains the same. Push the ball, get the offense moving, catch the defense sleeping while they're in transition.
Absolutely, that's always been, even from the days that I played, it was push the ball, we're gonna run, we're gonna try to see what we can create, and then if we have to slow down, we will set something up and run a play.
Rachel Bowers heads to the bench for Boise State. Chinma Njoku steps in, the redshirt freshman who was here a season ago and did not participate in any games during her redshirt season, along with Kimora Sykes. Yet again, C of I can't convert, but a nice play on the baseline there by Mitchell to keep it in possession of the purple.
Definitely a hustle play, as you'll see here. Shot went up, she got the O-board, hit it off. Chinma out of bounds to the Yotes.
0-5 from the floor to open the game is College of Idaho. Riggle trying to change fortunes. No dice once more, and here comes Narrow.
Broncos got a new lineup in here, trying to see if they can get something going.
Well, Jade Lavelle certainly can shoot it if you give her that much space. Knocks down her first jump shot of the game, and she's got 4. Mitchell to the basket, leaves the underhanded layup short. Second chance, no good. Will she get a third? No. Lavelle rips it away.
And here come the Broncos on that fast break.
Lavelle pull up just inside the free throw line.
Yeah,
and her mid-range is pretty.
I was going to say her mid-range is pretty. I was thinking the same thing you were. Definitely, Jade will take it, you give it to her, and that's exactly what she'll do.
Jade Lavelle really came into her own last season. She was picked to be the Mountain West Freshman of the Year, or was the preseason Mountain West Freshman of the Year. The 2018-2019 season didn't see much action and was streaky when she did, but last year, especially during the end of the season, and especially in that championship game against Fresno State, the overtime thriller that the Broncos won 80-76, Lavelle was the primary point scorer for the Broncos down that stretch.
Absolutely. Jade has come into her own, trying to find her place in this program, and she's one of the leaders on the team this year, absolutely.
Yotes finally break through with a basket from Lexi Mitchell. And the Broncos miss on the other end rather quickly. Here's Cannon. Gives it over to French, and Mitchell wants a three, in and out. Rebound Njoku. Lavelle has Bowers, finds Bowers, jump stop, no good, offensive rebound, and the second chance points won't fall either.
Again, the Broncos trying to push the ball. They're trying to see if they can get C of I a little bit out of their comfort zone.
And Coach Presnell wants a timeout after the basket for C of I. 12-5, 4:45 to play here in quarter number one. We are back. Broncos just had an offensive turnover, and it'll go back the way of C of I. Certainly not what Coach Presnell was hoping for coming out of the timeout. As Renfro hands off to French, and a pass to no one there from Kirsten Rasmussen results in yet another Coyote turnover.
Yeah, definitely a little bit of miscommunication there by the Yotes. It looks like one was trying to pass the ball and the other one went back door.
Yep, Cannon was cutting back door, and Rasmussen thought she was going to stay outside. Here's a three from Narrow, leaves it short.
And Narrow can hit those. She can definitely hit those, as you can see from her days playing in high school. She can hit those, and I'm excited to see her light up.
Here's Cannon once more, trying to go baseline. And out of bounds, yet another turnover for the Coyotes, their sixth of the game.
Yeah, in order for the Coyotes to be a part of this, they've got to figure out how to get those turnovers down. Because when the Broncos are able to convert on those, this game is not going to be pretty.
Broncos currently on a 2.5 minute scoring drought. They'll try to change that here as Lavelle gets a screen. She'll pull up, rattles around, won't go. Offensive rebound, Njoku does.
That's a great old board by Chinma, one of the girls who's got one of the highest verts on the team.
Njoku from Pocatello, Idaho, went to Century High School. As I mentioned, spent the whole season last year with this program, redshirting. As they go down low to Rasmussen, working on a lot, and it will go on the right-handed baby hook.
Yeah, that's a nice little post move down there by College of Idaho.
Broncos continue to go fairly quickly. Narrow gets it back. She's got space, why not? Another offensive rebound. The Broncos dominating offensive glass here. Here's the lot up, no good. Chinma again, but it's a foul, and it'll go the other way.
I love the hustle by Chinma there. Maybe a little bit of over the back, but I love the hustle, and that's something great to see from her.
Broncos with 12 rebounds to College of Idaho's 8 at the moment. But it seems like every single Bronco rebound is coming on the offensive end at this moment.
Absolutely, absolutely.
(14-7), 2:35 about to play here in quarter number one. As Emma Anderson got her first look, pass stolen away. Here comes Narrow, all alone, puts it up, marks, got it, but I believe we've got a foul call. Indeed we do.
That is great hustle by Mary Kay. Pushing the ball, got that still, pushing it, taking it to the hole. As you can see here, great to see from a freshman.
Active in the passing lanes and then drawing the foul. Of course, Alexis Mark was there to follow it up, need be. As the first one goes down for the freshman from Beaverton, Oregon.
And Mary Kay comes from a family that's very athletic. She played for her mom in high school. They were slotted to win the tournament last year until COVID shut them down, like many other programs around the country.
Here's Anderson driving against Narrow. Back out 3 on the way and much too strong there from Renfro. Ball didn't hit the rim, so there's only 8 on the shot clock here. Anderson going in, rejected but fouled by Abby Muse. So Emma Anderson at the line shooting 2. The first one, nothing but net. Makes it 15-8 with 2 minutes to play here in the first. Both of them go down. The Bronco lead cut to 6. Boise State just one of their last 8. Bowers quickly. Anderson picks up the dribble.
Nice help side there by the Broncos.
That was Sykes sliding over, providing the double team, and looked like Muse was the one who poked it out of bounds there.
Yeah, College of Idaho just subbed in a bunch of people. Let's see if they can get something going here.
Boise State currently winning the turnover battle. Just as I say that, they get another. 7-1 here just in the first period. Sykes cross court to Bowers. And Lavelle gets the screen, a lot of space. That's a 2, front of the rim, no good.
And here goes College of Idaho. Let's see if they can get something set up.
They're shooting from the field so far pretty poor, but a nice cut and a better pass for 2 points for Emma Anderson.
Absolutely. Emma is bringing a lot of energy to the floor right now with her play last time and that bucket this time. She's trying to get this College of Idaho team going.
Bowers will take a 3. She leaves that one short. Marks there for the rebound. Another rebound. Gets one on the left side and the right side of the basket there.
Alexis is athletic, and boy, are we seeing that here. I love that she's hustling, and I love to see that from a true freshman.
At 6 feet, she's decently tall in the women's game, but also rapid for being 6 feet as well, as you saw how quick she moved from side to side of the basket.
Yeah, when I came to practice the other day, Gordy had talked about how athletic she is, and not only is she athletic as a freshman, what he's excited to see her as she grows with the program.
Quite a long wingspan as well. Made her one of the best defenders in the country in high school at Sierra Canyon. As Sykes has mid-range and converts. 3 seconds here in the first. Now 1 and no opportunity comes of it for the Coyotes. A 10-point lead for Boise State as we head into the second quarter. Broncos on top, 21-11 over the College of Idaho. Ten-point lead for Boise State, 21-11 after quarter number 1. The biggest story, Heather, the turnovers. 8 for the College of Idaho Coyotes, just 1 for the Broncos.
Yeah, the College of Idaho is trying to get those jitters out. First game for both programs, and of course playing in a big team here in the Valley. The Coyotes are just trying to get the rhythm right.
Jade Lavelle picks up another basket. She's got 8 on the game. And certainly, first game for both teams, there's going to be a lot of jitters abound. But when you're playing a premier team, not just in the Treasure Valley, in the state of Idaho, but in basketball, I mean, the Broncos are a dynasty at this point, 4 consecutive Mountain West championships. It's not an easy task to come into their building and play them, especially amidst everything that's going on with the 2020 season in general.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I would say, as you just said, it's a hard game to come into, let alone a hard game to come into with COVID and the reigning Mountain West champions.
And when you have Jade Lavelle doing things like that, it's hard to stop her when she gets anywhere inside the paint.
Absolutely. College of Idaho, I hope one of their keys to the game is to stop the transition, or at least to slow them down a little bit.
Lavelle 5 from 8 for the field for 10 points. And we've still got 9 to play here in the first half. This is Kate Renfro, guarded by Skies. Sykes just takes it away, no call. A lot of contact there, but the ref's letting them play. Sykes goes up, and the easiest 2 points she might score all season.
Absolutely. Uncontested layup on the other end.
Here's Bowers trying to guard Anderson out behind the three-point line. Backdoor cut. This is Cannon, and the defense by Muse results in a block. And a big collision there.
Both teams getting up slowly.
It was Allie Cannon of the Coyotes and Kimura Sykes of the Broncos who collided there, and Sykes got up slowly, wincing a little bit in pain at the moment.
Yeah, let's see what happens here. A little hit to the leg, lower leg. She's still in, seems to be doing okay.
She looks fine. Lavelle jump pass over the head of the intended target. Abby Muse at 6'2", one of the 3 tallest players on the Bronco team, or should I say the 3rd tallest behind McGuire and Bowers, but still Lavelle put it over her head.
Yeah, a little bit of miscommunication there.
16-point game, 8 to play here in quarter number 2. As the Coyotes yet to score here in the second, and we've got a call away from the ball. Looks like it might be on Rachel Bowers. In fact, it was on Muse.
I was going to say, not 100% sure what happened there, but probably a little contact down in that paint.
Inbound pass is tipped, scramble for the ball. That'll be a jump, possession arrow pointing for C of I, so they will keep possession. And the only reason I was so quick to say might be on Bowers is because her previous 2 seasons here with Boise State, she has been quite aggressive defending off the ball, and it gets her in foul trouble sometimes.
Sometimes. I was there, been there, done that. I think it's the ref's fault.
Well, you should know. You've played down there, battled in the post.
Yeah, I definitely love to see a post that likes to get in there, likes to get a little bit physical. Especially when you're playing against people bigger, if not taller than you, you definitely need to have that.
Lavelle inside the line, no good. Rebound going up. Njoku converts.
That is another great O board by Chinma. We can expect to see that all season.
Njoku at 6'2", tied with Muse for the 3rd tallest on the team. See if I gets a quick one. Here's Narrow. Head fake, bounce pass. Bowers turns around and uses the glass.
That is a great post setup right in the middle of the paint, calling for the ball. No dribble, turnaround, basket.
College of Idaho breaks into double digits. No look, bounce pass. And it's going to be another timeout from Janice Beal. A beautiful assist from Lavelle to Narrow. College of Idaho with 10 turnovers now. Here with 6:43 remaining in the second. Broncos on top by 20. Boise State up 20 here against the College of Idaho, and they're shooting it from the floor fantastically. 3 for their last 3, 15 of 32 already in the game, and they've already attempted 32 field goals. College of Idaho has only taken 16. The Broncos have doubled the amount of attempts.
Yeah, half of those have to be from fast break layups and O boards.
Indeed, the Broncos killing it on the offensive glass. 9-3 in favor of Boise State at the moment. There are really three key stories of this game so far, as we've got 6:33 left in the first half and a foul that'll take it out to the side. Boise State doubling up the shot attempts for College of Idaho. The fact that the Broncos have 13 points off of 10 College of Idaho turnovers. Keep in mind, College of Idaho has 13 points in the entire game. And then the fact that the Broncos are up 6 on the offensive glass.
Yeah, it definitely is going to be something College of Idaho is going to want to work on. It's their turnovers, as we talked about, they're coming in to the Broncos' house. Tough game. There's going to be a little bit of jitters on their end.
Big battle there. And Njoku getting the elbows out and fighting for every inch. Lavelle off the screen, off the side of the rim and out. Sophia Jackson pressured heavily in the backcourt by the Slovakian Martina Malakova.
Yeah, Martina's a new face for the Broncos this year. True freshman.
Among many others.
Absolutely.
One of 2 internationals, however. She does have that in common with Christina Gill, who's also a scratch for today's game. And Njoku just can't come down with the board. And that is one thing Coach Presnell has done extraordinarily well in his time here at Boise State. There is a Spanish pipeline coming in. Marta Ermida, as a 3 gets rattled home. Christina Gill this season. Yaz.
Definitely.
He always recruits well. Alaya Soler as well on the team a season ago before transferring out. Lavelle, mid-range. That one's good. Count it. She's got 12.
Yeah, and all of the girls that we've recruited internationally have had great seasons here for Gordy.
Marta Ermida might go down as one of the best to ever put on a Broncos uniform. As a 1,500 player.
Yeah, definitely. And Marta's over in the Canary Islands still playing, along with a lot of other Broncos.
In fact, most of the girls that graduated last year for Boise State are playing professionally. Christopher, Luke for Coleman, and Hodges.
Yeah, Jade and Ashanti are both in Sweden. Brady and Riley are in Germany. And as we talked about, Marta's in Cayman Islands, or the Canary Islands, sorry.
Here's Makalova from Košice, Slovakia. Moving into the paint and drawing the foul against Allie Cannon.
It's a nice drive to the basket, as you can see here. Sees a space, pushes, foul.
It'll be under the basket for the Broncos, and it goes straight to Lavelle. She's got the hot hand, 6 for 11. She can score at will. Here's the lot, that won't go. And Njoku again, skying for the board, but tips it out of bounds. She has been an absolute monster on the glass.
She has. And Elodie coming in, setting that pick and roll. Just couldn't finish it. I'm excited to see more of that from her this season.
Njoku already has 4 rebounds. Narrow actually with 7, if you can believe that. Most of them coming on the defensive end.
Yeah, from the field goal percentage that the Yotes are not having a good chance with.
Again, another miss. That might have been their best look of the game as well, and it's still just an easy layup going by the wayside. Narrow surveying. Finds Chinma. Makalova wants to drive, offensive foul. And it looks like that was Kirsten Rasmussen getting dirty, taking the charge.
Nice drive to the basket here. She was set. That is a great call by the referee.
It's a fantastic call. Under 4 to play here in half number 1, 35-16. Boise State up on College of Idaho in the first of 2 games today between Boise and C of I. Women now, men upcoming after the conclusion of this game. Narrow, back to Mark. Mark down to Lalott, spinning left, no good, and out on C of I. No, out on Mark.
Yeah, it touched her foot right there at the end. But great hustle here, coming in, almost getting it.
This bounces off that left shoe. And Boise State slowing down on the conversion rate. However, the defense has not stopped. Here comes Mark. This time she'll get her 2 points.
Well, that was pretty. Steal, layup, uncontested. Definitely something we're going to see a lot from this season.
She's got an incredible wingspan. Nearly got to that one as well, but it makes it through to Kennedy French. Layup up, foul, and one.
It's a nice drive baseline by the Yotes.
That's Allie Cannon working the baseline on Lavelle. Foul goes against Lavelle. And the Coyotes cut it to under 20. But the free throw will not fall. Narrow, mishandles. Lavelle's got a wide open Lalott. And good heads-up basketball there from Lavelle.
Absolutely. Nice court presence, knowing where everyone's at. Saw the defensive player come at her. LD undefended down in the paint.
Here's French working on Mark. Swarming defense here between Narrow and Marks, and indeed it's going to be a 5 seconds closely guarded call.
We haven't seen one of those. Well, it is the first of the season, but I haven't seen one of those calls in a while.
It's not something that happens very often as Jade Lavelle check out. Kimura Sykes will come in. But when the Broncos play aggressive defense like that, it's very hard to move the ball to anyone, let alone someone even standing right next to you.
Absolutely.
Bowers wants another three. That one doesn't hit much but the net.
We're going to see a couple of those hit for Bowers this year. When I was at practice on Wednesday, the posts are shooting the threes, and Gordy is giving them the green light. If they feel good, shoot it.
Bowers only had attempted 2 3-pointers going into her junior season for her. She started shooting them more when Mallory McGuire joined the team and started spacing the floor a little bit more. Bowers was kind of asked to fall into that role. She hit it a decent mark last season, around 20%, which you can't ask much more for someone who refused to shoot the three before then.
Absolutely, and it keeps your defender honest. They can't sit down in the paint, and then it opens up the floor like that for your guards to get in there and make the easy basket. Great
layup there from Mark. Reaching out for the rebound and then converting with the same arm. A reverse layup won't fall. Battle for the ball won by Anderson. 3-pointer in the corner. That one won't go either, and we got a foul on the floor.
Yeah, a couple second chance baskets right here.
Kirsten Rasmussen, the one who managed to coax the foul out of Bowers. And that'll put the Yotes in the bonus, so she'll go to the line.
Broncos looks like they're subbing in.
They look very confused on who is coming out. In the end, they discover that it is Elodie Lalott who will be replaced by Martina Makalova. So 2 shots here for Rasmussen, who makes the only returning interior player this season for the Coyotes is the senior from Soda Springs.
Yes, the Coyotes are in a similar situation as us. Lots of new faces, lots of new names.
Coyotes turn it over again after getting the rebound off the missed free throw. 14 now in the game as we approach a minute to play here in the first half. Quick handoff to Mark. Nice Euro step and an even better bucket.
That's just pretty. I don't know what else to say. Your defender goes the other way and lay it up it is.
An interesting pass there from Sienna Riggle. Mark was completely standing in the way. The only option there was the lob, and Mark still got a piece of it.
Again, there's that athleticism we had talked about. She's another one of the Broncos that has a really high vert, as Gordy was talking to me about the other day. So that girl can jump. You're going to get it to somebody else. You got to make sure you can get it around her.
She averaged 8 rebounds a game last season, all Gold Coast League team, as Sierra Canyon claimed the league title in 2019-2020, and Mark played a big part in that. Of course, most of the Broncos freshmen this year all come from teams that were favored to win or did win their leagues/conference tournaments last year.
Yeah, same boat Broncos were in. Win the Mountain West, NCAAs get canceled.
Maybe the best chance the Broncos have ever had in their history as well to win
Absolutely.
a game. I mean, the Broncos had record breakers across the court. Jade Christopher smashed the single season assist total. Riley Looper, the all-time career leader in three-pointers made. Bowers goes up. She was a big part of the team last year as well. She'll play an even bigger part this year.
Yeah, once the Broncos can get a couple games under their belts, trying to figure out how everyone plays, everyone jives, this will be a great team, and we'll be able to build, because having 10 freshmen, I mean, it gives you some time, just like last year's team with the 4 seniors that have played the 4 years together, been able to do tons of things. Rebuilding year, I don't think it's rebuilding. I think it's just regrouping everybody to get back on the same page.
And who's to say that this group doesn't fall into the same footsteps as the one prior to them? And
Absolutely.
a team that gels over 4 years and dominates the Mountain West Conference.
Yeah, as we see here with a lot of the new faces here, we've got some great players who are going to be great together.
Floater from Narrow, 2 seconds, Bowers offensive rebound. And the Broncos take a commanding lead into the half. 47-19 is the score. We will be back with halftime stats and highlights coming up after the break. Broncos getting it done everywhere on both ends.
Absolutely.
First halftime of the season here at ExtraMile Arena, and the Broncos out to a big lead, 47-19 over the College of Idaho Coyotes. And the Broncos love to play up-tempo. It's been their MO for years. Today, no different.
Nope, we're seeing the same thing. As we talked about, Gordy's told the girls, push, push, push. And as you can see here, anytime we get a chance, the ball is moving down the floor.
Indeed, and of course, College of Idaho helping them out. As you see, Sykes are getting a turnover. The Coyotes are just simply turning the ball over way too much to be competitive in this game. In fact, at the moment, Boise State has 21 points off of turnovers, which is most of these transition buckets that we've been seeing all game long. Coyotes have 19 points in the game.
Absolutely, and as you know, and as any basketball player would say, a turnover results in 2 points down the other end, and that's what we're seeing today.
It is indeed exactly what we're seeing, but the struggles don't stop there for the Coyotes at the moment. Their field goal percentage is not fantastic either. They're not hitting the 3 ball. I mean, all the things that you would do to stay in a game like this, they're just simply not doing, and that's why the scoreline stands the way it is right now.
Yeah, as we talked about, of course, first game for both teams. College of Idaho coming into an elite program's house to play. They've got some jitters. Hopefully at halftime they're regrouping, they're coming back. If they can just hold the turnovers down, they'll come back and they'll be able to play and take something from this game.
And Heather, one of the big storylines of this season for Boise State is obviously the new look with all the new players. We also have to remember that the Broncos are playing this game at the moment without Mallory McGuire, who's possibly their best returner, picked to the Mountain West preseason first team. But in your shoes, when you were a freshman, you know, the jitters of that first game, well, what have you seen from these freshmen that the Broncos have put out? And
the freshmen I'm really pleased with. They are hustling hard. Kimura, O-boards, like the O-boards tonight have been crazy. And I am coming in as a freshman, you definitely have those jitters. And I mean, we had 2 freshmen start tonight. 2 freshmen, 3 freshmen? Have to double check.
We Narrow started tonight. Muse and Mark, all started.
So three freshmen starting. I mean, great for them. They all were great players in high school, and it just is transitioning. And I thought we've had a great showing tonight.
Indeed we have, and you're more of a post player, but we also have to talk about the fact that Mary Kay Narrow has stepped in here as the Broncos' leading point guard, taking over some massive shoes. I mean, Jade Christopher, we only saw her for 2 seasons here at Boise State as she transferred from Kansas, but she came in, passed the ball, scored the ball, made everything run, and honestly, Narrow tonight is very reminiscent of what we saw from Jade Christopher. Get the ball, push the ball, find the open player, let them make something happen.
Absolutely, and as we talked about earlier, Mary Kay led her high school team about to win state. COVID canceled it, just like everybody else. She is going to be a great player like Jade was for the Broncos. Little different look, also a little taller look, coming in at 5'11", and I love it. Coming from a tall girl myself, this lineup for the Broncos is a dream. As you can see tonight and today, I keep saying tonight, but today, that College of Idaho is having a problem with just because we're so long and athletic.
Yeah, the Broncos are very long and athletic. Mark 6 foot, Muse 6'2", Bowers 6'3", Lavelle 5'10", and Narrow 5'11". That was the starting five for the Broncos. You can throw Mallory McGuire in there sometime, obviously, for the rest of the season.
Right.
I mean, that is height, length, speed. I mean, all these girls are fast, too.
And they're freshmen, and
Yeah.
they're only going to get better. And so, like we talked about, as we had the last 4 years with repeat back-to-back championships, I'm excited to see what this team can do together.
We're certainly excited to see what this team can do. We're also excited for the second half. We'll have the first half stats coming up after this break. Don't go anywhere. Broncos and Coyotes on the Mountain West Network coming back at you in just a moment. Welcome back inside ExtraMile Arena. Still halftime here in Boise. 47-19 is our score, and the Broncos were running up and down the court there in half number one. Boise State scoring basically at will, putting up 45 shots.
45 shots is a lot for a half, definitely. But when they're coming out the fast break and uncontested layups, you got to give it to the Broncos.
When you think that Boise State is on pace to put up 90 shots in this game, it's incredible. But you take a look at these highlights and you understand exactly why. It's the domination of the offensive glass and on the defensive end. So what if they miss a bucket? They're going to get another chance at it. So what if they miss that one? They're going to take another chance. So what if the College of Idaho gets the rebound? They're just going to steal it from them anyways.
Right, and that's what's been happening, as you can see here. Pushing, O-board. Lavelle hits that shot. It definitely is the story of the first half.
Yeah, Jade Lavelle, the leading scorer, coming in with 12 points, 6 of 11 at the half, shooting better than 50%. And
you couldn't ask for anything better than that.
You can't. And when she's missed, Sykes, Njoku, Bowers, Mark have all grabbed the rebound.
Absolutely, and if not had one, but maybe 2 second chances, as you see there with an O-boards.
Indeed, it has been pure and utter domination down low by the Broncos in every aspect. As you see the Broncos also reining it in from the mid-range, and that's the story of this game. Other than the three-point shot, the Broncos are doing everything exceptionally well.
Right, and Gordy's going to have the girls push the ball, and if they finally get the ball to stop, then we'll look at setting it up and getting a three, but we haven't had to do that this game.
Indeed, and as you take a look at the stats from the first half, now that is a concerning number. The second one on the right side for the Broncos, 0% from
It's
three.
what we just talked about. I mean, the Broncos haven't had to set it up to try to shoot a three because they've gotten open, uncontested layups.
You're indeed correct about that. The Broncos are in fact, however, 0 for 6 from three, so they have taken some, not as many as in seasons prior. Of course, this is the city of threes we're talking about.
Absolutely.
That the Boise State team has been nicknamed. Of course, a lot of that came from Riley Lupfer, the all-time career leader in three-pointers made at Boise State.
Yeah, and we'll see some of that when Anna gets on the floor, and she's our designated shooter, as Gordy talked about. Not that none of the other girls can shoot, but she is the new Riley Lupfer of the Broncos.
Yeah, Anna Osley, healthy scratch today, or just a scratch today. 161 three-pointers hit a season ago, or 2 seasons ago, rather. She played at Chaparral High School in Scottsdale, Arizona. Broncos dominating points in the paint, dominating the turnovers, dominating in every facet of the game. They are up big, and we will have the second half just moments away. We will be back on the Mountain West Network. We are ready for second half action here at ExtraMile Arena. Broncos already on top by 28 as we get ready to begin the third quarter of play. And you know, in a game like this, in a time like this, you would kind of expect the Broncos to maybe get some rotation pieces in there, get some players in there who haven't seen the court much, right? But that's the whole team.
Absolutely.
So
Gordy has put in everybody, and I'm interested to see what kind of lineups he puts together right now, just to see who can play with each other, get some chemistry out there. Looks like we've got our starting lineup.
Yep, indeed, it is the starting five for both teams to begin the third. Another thing about Coach Presnell, however, in his 1,000th game is that he's never been one for not running up the score, I should say. Lavelle in and out, offensive rebound, all those things we talked about at halftime coming to fruition to begin the second half.
Yeah, and Gordy doesn't want to run up the score, but Gordy's also letting his girls play to try to get chemistry because they're going to play other teams that are going to be a little bit tougher than this College of Idaho team that they need to get ready for.
Indeed. Running up the score was probably not the right choice of word because Coach Presnell never really leaves his starting five in there all game and tells them to go score. It's just the Broncos play fast, up-tempo, and they always have deep rosters as Lavelle plays excellent defense there to deny a fast break opportunity for Renfro. Meanwhile, on the other end, the Broncos will get their fast break bucket from Rachel Bowers.
Yeah, Rachel, little slow down the floor, actually turned around, made up for it, uncontested basket.
Get more of those quick transition points that we've made a point of. As here's Sophia Jackson, guarded tightly. All five, and really everyone the Broncos have had in all game has played excellent defense. There's a bit of a confusion there, but in the end, Jackson misses the three ball.
Yeah, that was a nice shot by Jackson over in the corner.
That was a nice pass there. It's Alexis Mark who makes the finish, but narrow with the good find on the bounce pass.
You know, the Broncos are pushing it fast, getting early buckets, and that makes sense why we have almost 49, at halftime, 49 shots on the rim.
Here's Jackson once more, this time feigns a three. Low pass into Riggle, working on Bowers, affected the shot for sure. And now it's a mad scramble for the loose ball. A jump, and yet again, the Coyotes come out with the possession arrow in their favor.
Yeah, the Coyotes are really trying. As you can see, they had that post play down there. Some great hustle here, on the floor, tying it up, jump ball.
Two referees having a conversation, trying to figure out exactly what the case is. At the moment, it's Kate Renfro, the transfer from Walla Walla Community College, to inbound it. Finds an open Riggle, and the Coyotes get their first points of half number two.
Great execution of a baseline out of bounds play by the Yotes. Open right near the basket.
That stops the Broncos 6-0 run. Lavelle gets a lot of space, and that is problematic for the defense.
There's Jade's open jumper at the key.
Lavelle's not the greatest three-point shooter. As a long arm from Mark there gets on the ball. But as soon as she steps inside that line, it's almost automatic.
Absolutely.
But don't get it wrong, she can also shoot the three as well.
Yeah, her bread and butter. Step inside the three, pull up, jumper.
Becoming more of a lost art as the years go by as more and more players transition to the three ball, but Lavelle keeping the mid-range alive as Lexi Mitchell heads to the line, drawing the foul on Abby Muse. That is her third. All right, on cue, Muse will head to the bench. She's in a bit of foul trouble. Just the fourth and fifth free throws of the game for the Coyotes. And after the second one falls, that'll make them 2 for 5 at the line. Bowers, great position. She gets doubled, doesn't matter. Goes up strong.
That looked pretty easy. That definitely shows the different height advantage that the Broncos have over the Yotes today.
Rachel Bowers, 6'3" on the roster. Sienna Riggle, who's defending her at the moment, listed at 5'10". And those are a lot of inches you're giving up down low when you're trying to battle on a play like that.
Absolutely, and Rachel does a great job of holding the ball tight, keeping it high, knowing that when it's up there, nobody's going to be able to touch it.
And there's some solid defense from Bowers as she rejects Riggle's chance to get back at her. 33 is the margin between these two. 7 minutes to play in quarter number 3. Three ball long and off target from Renfro.
Good look over in the corner, just a little long.
So here's Boise State back on the attack. And again, it's going to be Bowers. And again, she rewards the Broncos for their confidence.
It's a great pass by Alexis to Rachel. Rachel had her man, posted up, easy turn, spin, baseline.
Fantastic swat there from Mark. And again, the Broncos go quickly. Nice pass from Narrow. Lavelle inside, off the glass, 2 points.
Another fast break. Another fast break layup for the Broncos.
And again, it all stems from the swarming defense. Great job there from Jackson to get to the rim strong. And she will get a trip to the line and count the bucket. Makes it 59-24.
Yeah, that is a great continuation of play. 2 people on you, keeping it tough, basket.
Going through both Mark and Bowers, 2 incredibly strong defenders for Boise State. And she made it look easy. Again, the warts at the free throw line continue. Just 33%. Here's Renfro. She puts it up too strong. Will she get another opportunity? Well, she'll save it to her teammate Mitchell, who will convert that second chance opportunity.
That is great hustle by the Yotes, getting those 2 oil boards and converting on a basket after a free throw that was missed. So that was actually a 4-point play for the Yotes.
Alexis Mark just got tangled up there, and she is down. Finally getting to her feet now. There's a foul against Mark as she collided with Allie Cannon. Looks like she's got a cut somewhere on her face.
Cut or a bloody nose is what it's looking like.
Yeah, possibly.
Over there being taken care of by their athletic trainer.
We'll take another look at the incident. Oh, smacked right in the face by the basketball, yeah. (59-26), 5:57 to play here in the third quarter. We'll see if they force the Broncos to sub her off. And indeed, the Broncos will. So Muse will come back into the game with her 3 fouls.
Yeah, Muse has to be careful right now. A little too early to get the 4th foul, because then you're sitting the rest of the third quarter, maybe playing a little bit of the fourth quarter.
Broncos do have options, however, if Muse does get in foul trouble. Bowers on the bench at the moment.
Yeah, Broncos definitely have the height advantage here. Could put some players that normally don't play in a position to play in a bigger position just because of their size advantage.
Lott also on the bench at the moment as well, the 6'2" freshman from Garden Grove. She could fill in if needed as well, and she's performed quite well in her debut game. Narrow slings it. Lavelle awards her once again.
That looks like something we saw the last season from Jade Christopher. Mary Kay is filling those shoes greatly.
That'll be the biggest asset for the Broncos if Narrow can play even maybe half of what Jade Christopher brought to the court. But if she can match what Jade Christopher brought to the court, the rest of the Mountain West and the rest of the teams on this non-conference schedule are going to be in trouble.
Yeah, that you got to say that again. Definitely Mary Kay's pushing the ball, as you just saw there. Pass to the corner, into the post, layup.
That time, it's Chinma Njoku converting. Here's Lexi Mitchell, drives past Muse, who has to be careful, and smart by Mitchell to take advantage of it.
Yeah, Mitchell is definitely a driver, as you saw there. She saw the paint open, went past her defender, and lay it up and in.
Another 3-ball off target from Lavelle. Broncos yet to hit one all game. They're now 0 of 8 from behind the line.
Yeah, that definitely is something different for this Bronco team. Normally we're living, eating, breathing by that 3-point line. But with the with the jive of today's game, we're living and eating by the uncontested layups.
Down in the paint is where the Broncos are making their bed. Here comes Lavelle again into the paint. That time too strong, but she was fouled on the back by French. And she'll shoot 2 at the line.
Yep. That was a great drive by Jade, getting to the line, getting 2 free throws, and on the way for the Broncos.
63-28, 4:10 to play here in the third quarter. Lavelle will be at the line when we come back. We're back here at ExtraMile Arena. Jade Lavelle will be at the free throw line shooting 2 after she was fouled by Kennedy French on her layup attempt. Yet another great find from Mary Kay Narrow to spring Lavelle on the fast break, but French was there to catch up. And the third quarter has played out basically the same as we saw in the first half. Doesn't seem like much adjustment was able to be made by College of Idaho, and they're still struggling in this game.
Yeah, the Broncos keep pushing it, and as you can see today, that's a little bit of a struggle for College of Idaho. Again, first games for both programs. College of Idaho is just trying to get some of those jitters out.
So Jade Lavelle sinks them both. Makes it a 65-28 game here in the third. As Mitchell wants to drive once more, she gets fouled and she gets the bucket again. So back to the line for Lexi Mitchell.
Absolutely. There's that play that we saw before the break that she drove right to the middle, didn't get the foul, but got the bucket.
That time stepping around both Sykes and Lalott. And she'll get a chance to make it a three-point play, which she does this time. So the Coyotes up over 30 now. They've got 31. It's Lavelle to Narrow. Again, behind the line. Not falling.
Great shot, great look. They're going to fall. They're going to fall. They always do. Mary Kay just needs to keep shooting.
Quick outlet, Lavelle. Njoku up through contact, converts.
I don't know what other word than pretty. Pass the ball, no dribble, basket.
Rapid tempo. It's not exactly the 7 seconds or less offense, but pretty darn close. And we got an offensive foul. Oh, no, rather a travel, excuse me. That'll give it over to the Broncos. As we approach under 3 to play. Sykes from deep, in and out. Nearly the first triple on the board for Boise State.
It thought about it. Sykes was definitely open. Missed the shot, block. What a defensive play.
And that is fantastic. It doesn't go down on you for the other end, so what do? You take the 2-on-1 and get the rejection. Sykes from Rancho Cucamonga, California, went to Etiwanda High School. Her and Chinma Njoku were the two Broncos that redshirted a season ago, did not play in any games, but hung out with the team, traveled with the team at all the home games.
Yep, practiced, learned what the program's all about. Definitely is going to come into play this year.
So really the Broncos do have 5 returners that have been with the program, if you include those two. 3 that played in-game action last year is French, quick release, and no dice. But the rest of the team, all brand new to the program, spending this year to get acclimated. And that is a travel against Makalova.
Yeah, she got a little excited there, wanted to shoot it, saw the defender coming out at her, moved her feet just a little too fast before she put the ball on the floor.
This is Chevelle Shepard, haven't said her name yet today. And she gives it off to French. .2:13 left in a 36-point game. Shepard to Rasmussen out. This is French for three, and she connects.
There was some nice ball movement by the Yotes. Saw where the defenders were helping and found the open player.
Here's Makalova again. Bowers to Lavelle. Three ball. Same story.
In and out. Good looks. The Broncos are getting good looks at the three-point line. Again, they're going to keep shooting. One's going to fall here soon.
Another quick three for the purple and black. That time it was Cannon who took it. She couldn't get it to go. Here's the lot double jump ball. And for the third time this game, we have a jump ball. For the first time this game, the possession arrow points in favor of Boise State.
Yeah, Elodie being a new freshman is going to learn she's got to keep the ball high. Coming from a post, you got to keep the ball higher. Those little guards around there are going to get you.
Jade Lavelle checks out. Mark back in the game. This is Makalova. Sykes hounded. She'll take a three. Back rim, no good. Broncos defending in the backcourt here. A minute left. Nice pass fake and the basket for Chevelle Shepard. She'll go to the line as well with the foul.
Yeah, Shepard took it from one end, as you can see here. Beat her defender, went through two, layup, foul.
Beautiful pass fake to the corner there as well. And so the redshirt freshman from Pollock, Idaho, will get a chance for the three-point play. Again, they struggle at the line, but they get the second chance. That won't go either. It was Riggle missing. College of Idaho's had about 4 opportunities for three-point plays. They've made one of those free throws, as Makalova can't recover the errant pass from Bowers, who tried to save it.
Yeah, both teams, again, it's the first game of the season. They're going to learn that the baskets on the stripe are going to be what are going to win games, and they've got to get those numbers up.
33 seconds left here in the third. Cross-court pass, Shepard. Off the side of the rim, she'll get her own rebound. That one will be tipped by Bowers. And now with 15 seconds, the Broncos got a fast break. Great play by Makalova. Fakes the jump shot, draws the defender, and it's a free bucket for Mark.
Yeah, that definitely was a very fundamental play to get the open basket.
1 second. Coyotes throw it up, but unfortunately for Kennedy French, never had a chance. 69-36. Broncos on top of the Coyotes by 33 as we head to the final frame. Fourth quarter action here at ExtraMile Arena. Big lead for the Broncos as they play their home opener against the College of Idaho Coyotes. Basically the only thing all week for Boise State that's gone correct is this game being scheduled and being played. Men's basketball, men's football, both struggling with their schedules, but this game has been on the docket and we are getting it here today.
And we will finish it. Another quarter, this game will be in the books. And then after this game, we've got a men's game with the same College of Idaho.
We do indeed. The men are playing College of Idaho. Their third scheduled opponent this week, but we'll get into that later on the men's broadcast. But we've got 9:45 left in this one. Broncos looking to move to 7 straight victories in openers, and all 7 of those will be at home, and there is foul number 4 on Muse.
Yeah, this win is a big one, not only for that, but also for Gordy and his 1,000th game as a head coach. What a tremendous accolade to have as we start this 2021 season.
The victory today would put Coach Presnell at 692 all-time, 296 as a Bronco, as he closes in on those numbers 700 and 300. And it's incredible to think that Coach Presnell has played 1,000 games, as a beautiful and one there from Mark. She'll go to the line. And that he has won 692 of those 1,000 games. A 69% winning percentage.
It's crazy and it's awesome. Being somebody that played for Gordy, nobody better than to have that. He definitely knows how to run a program, keep great kids, be a winning program. We've seen it the last 4 years, and I'm excited to see what happens this year.
Another offensive rebound, and it's Njoku who gets the points for Boise State. So make it a 4-point play for the Broncos instead of a 3-point play. To go back to Coach Presnell for a moment as well, to be able to recruit to a Mountain West school, a non-Power 5 school, the way he has, and to put up the numbers he has at a school that really, it's not exactly on the map for college basketball top-tier recruits, but he manages to land very high-quality recruits year after year after year.
Yeah, and it's one of those, when the girls come here, they fall in love with the team, they find that they can jive, they find that Boise's a great place. As you can attest, me being one of them, when players come to the Valley that aren't from the Valley, they stay in the Valley, and there's a family here of Boise State alumni, and definitely within the program as you see it here.
Narrow with the bucket, indeed. You mentioned that. My other color analyst for most games, Brooke Pawakoa, also a former member of the Bronco squads. You yourself played on these Bronco teams, and it seems that most of the players, as you mentioned, stick around in Boise, support this team, care about this team, and help recruit girls to come in as well.
Absolutely, and you see it. You got Heather Sower on the women's side. You got Carrie Ann, her and I were freshmen together. You've got some great players, and somebody that wants to get a family away from their normal family. Gordy's team is the place to come.
75-39 is our score. 7:50 to play in the fourth quarter. Last time these two teams met, December 10th of 2014, the final score ended up being 91-41, as the Coyotes hit 41 right there on that basket from Rasmussen. And Njoku gets fouled pretty hard, and she'll head to the line for two.
It's a nice push up the floor by the Broncos, as we've seen all night. Couple dribbles, pass, layup, foul.
Rachel Bauer steps back on. Muse heads to the bench. Njoku one more at the line. All USA Idaho girls basketball team selection 2 seasons ago at Century High School before she redshirted last year. And Lalott checks in for Njoku here. Broncos with a massive lead and not that much time left to play. Certainly don't want to look ahead of things too much, but do have another game scheduled on Sunday. Me and Heather will be back for that one. That'll be against Weber State. Their Big Sky opponent. It'll be first of 2 Big Sky games, in fact, that the Broncos play. If you want to count Sunday as next week, they'll take on Eastern Washington on Thursday as well, right here at ExtraMile Arena, before finally going on the road to play in Provo at BYU. Shot clock expires. No, it does not. It's stolen away narrow to Lavelle. Said that a couple times today. And we've also said that Lavelle converts yet again.
Yeah, Lavelle's got to be our leading scorer these days with all of those fast break layups, easy, uncontested, again, buckets.
How about 20 for Lavelle with that basket to go along with 20 from Rachel Bowers?
Again, size. We talked about it earlier in the broadcast. Size is going to be determination of the game, and Broncos are just bigger than the Yotes team.
Narrow also casually approaching a triple-double. It might not be on the cards for her tonight, but even a double-double is certainly possible, and what an outstanding way to make your appearance on the court as a true freshman.
It just makes me excited to see what's to come from her.
Narrow rejection right there on Renfro. And this 5'11" guard from Beaverton, Oregon is doing it all at the moment.
She is. And again, we haven't seen a 5'11" guard in Boise State history for a while, which again and again, I'm excited because we're big.
Indeed, the Broncos are big. It'll help them match up very well this season in a tough Mountain West. The Mountain West Conference that almost seems insane to say the Broncos weren't picked to win, as it has been the case for so many years in a row. But slated to finish third, and that tells you a lot about the program, the team, Coach Presnell. The Broncos return almost no one, and they still
pick third. I mean, it attests to the coaching staff. It attests how Gordy's in his thousandth career game. He definitely has got some players, as we've seen tonight, that are going to be great when they all learn how to play together.
Broncos did, in fact, even receive one first-place vote in the conference. Fresno State gobbled up 22 of them as they return basically their entire starting lineup from a season ago, which includes the incredible Cavender twins, who were both jumped onto the scene as true freshmen. And they also have, of course, the Mountain West Preseason Player of the Year in Maddie Udy.
Yeah, the Fresno State Bulldogs are going to be a team that the Broncos are going to love to play, and definitely has always been a great rivalry.
The Broncos severely disappointed them last year in the Mountain West Conference tournament, beating them in the championship game, especially after the fact that Fresno took both games off Boise State, smashing them in Fresno by almost 15 points. And then the Broncos washed away a lead here on this court, a game that many of you may remember, where the Broncos were up 20 points on the Bulldogs with 5 minutes left in the third quarter, and they ended up losing by 10.
Which, those games, when you play a team 3 times in 1 year and you've swept the 2, it is hard to win that third. And as we saw, the Broncos came away with that in the championship game.
Errant pass there, but Jackson will be able to keep it over this side of the timeline. So it's not an over and back. Here is Mitchell trying to get past Bowers. That is going to be a tough task, and indeed Bowers comes up with a rejection. Narrow crossover dribble. Bowers wants a 3. Can she get it? No. Narrow offensive rebound. That won't go either. That's 10 boards for Mary Kay Narrow, the point guard in this game.
It's a great first game for Mary, coming out, true freshman, showing us what she can do.
The true freshman point guard leading Boise State on the glass. Out-rebounding Bowers and Njoku, who it seems names we've said all night on the glass. Turnover there by the Coyotes. That'll take us to the under 5 media timeout. 79-43 here to play in Boise. Boise State looks to have this one all but in the bag as we've got 3:48 to play here. So Heather, let's talk about some of the things we've seen. I mean, we've seen a lot of positives. We've seen all the freshmen contributing in a big way and scoring, defense, offensive rebounds. The question is, can this continue on Sunday against Weber State?
You know, Sunday's going to be a little bit different of an opponent. As we know, College of Idaho, Weber State. I'm excited to see what the Broncos come up with. Of course, tonight, Gordy has put in a bunch of different lineups. First people they've actually played, first game besides themselves. And it's going to be a little different and different size players. I'm interested to see how we line up with Weber State size-wise. And as you'll always see, we're going to push the ball, but we'll see if we can get the number of fast break points Sunday that we did today.
I think one of the biggest things, too, for Bronco fans to remember if you're watching this game is that we've said it so many times, but 8 true freshmen are on this team. 3 of them were in the starting lineup tonight. 6 of them have seen active play throughout the game. That with true freshmen, you're just not going to see the same performance every night, night in, night out. The consistency factor is something that develops the more games you get under the belt, the longer you've been in a program, the more you understand your role. So Boise State moving forward, there's going to be some ups and downs for sure. But can this team compete in the Mountain West? Absolutely.
Absolutely. We are athletic. We are long. We are going to be great. As you just said, there's going to be games with jitters. There's going to be games when normally people would play in front of hometowns. Now you're listening to us play. Or you're listening to us to be able to watch the games these days. But the Broncos are going to have a great season as long as it can stay active with what's going on around this pandemic.
Certainly, COVID-19 is undefeated and continues to be. 5 seconds on the shot clock. That won't go. And getting through a full season, as we've seen around the country with football, who had the head start on everyone, has not been easy for a lot of programs, a lot of teams, a lot of conferences. But taking the proper protocols, the proper safety measures, regardless of your stance on the disease, the virus.
Yeah, you can definitely see as in here in the arena today, the chairs are spaced out. The kids are still wearing the masks. The press row is on the other side. Definitely taking all the precautions to make it so the virus does not spread.
Right. And as I was saying, regardless on your stance, if you want to see a full season of Boise State basketball, Boise State athletics, period, the precautions simply have to be taken to avoid a shutdown like we saw last March. To think it's been 9 months since we had a Mountain West broadcast here on this network for a team at Boise State that no longer even exists. All the safety precautions are just an absolute must.
Yeah, and the Broncos team, as I was at practice again this week, as I told you guys, every time Broncos are practicing with masks every day. The only time they don't take them off is when they're doing 5-on-5, and they are wanting the season to go all the way through.
Of course, they have more than enough talent to hope that the season does go through and possibly make another NCAA tournament appearance. There's the freshman Makalova getting in on the scoring action. 85-43, a minute 15 to play. And you mentioned the masks at practice. We saw even Kimora Sykes wearing a mask on her first foray out on the court. Hasn't had it since. I'm certain it makes it much more difficult to breathe and get air in when you're running up and down. But
it is, and it does. If you've worked out with the mask on, it definitely is harder. But I think the Broncos have gotten used to it.
That is the first triple of the game, and it comes courtesy of Martina Makalova. First three-pointer hit for the Broncos comes with under a minute left in the fourth quarter. Never have we said that in a Boise State broadcast.
And again, she gets the steal and the layup. 5 points, Martina, right off the bat.
7 points in a row now for Makalova. The 5'8" freshman from Košice, Slovakia. So 90-43 is our score as we are approaching a scoreline that is dangerously similar to the last meeting between these two teams, the 91-41. Coyotes will have to put up a shot here. There's 5 seconds on the clock. It's rejected by Muse. Really a fitting end to a defensive effort from the Broncos that spanned the entire game and really jump-started the 90 points.
Yeah, definitely first game for the Broncos, first great game for the Broncos. As we talked about, everybody contributed. We had some great contributors tonight. Got a little bit of the jitters out. College of Idaho got their jitters out. Now let's hope that when they play their next opponent, they will do better than what they did tonight with the Broncos.
It certainly will be tough to build on this performance. Really, the only fault you can give the Broncos this game is the three-point shooting, which was, to put it fairly, abysmal. 1 for 15 is just not anything you expect from a Boise State team. As you mentioned, however, Anna Osley, recovering from a knee injury, suffered her senior season, is going to add a lot of shooting for the Broncos. Here we have our play of the game. A beautiful outlet from Jade Lavelle, a better bounce pass from Mary Kay Narrow, and Alexis Mark finishes as she did quite often this evening, ending the game with 14 points on 7 of 11 shooting.
Yeah, that play of the game is exactly what we saw all game long from the Broncos, pushing it, uncontested layups.
So to recap, Broncos get a big win, 90-43 over the Coyotes. Bowers and Lavelle lead the way with 20 each. The leading rebounder for the Broncos, 10 for Mary Kay Narrow, the freshman guard.
She's scrappy, and she was on the board. She was getting all the rebounds, especially from all the missed shots that the Coyotes had.
Lavelle finished with 20 on 9 of 18 shooting, 5 assists for her as well. Mary Kay Narrow also led the Broncos in assists, as you would expect from the point guard. She ended with 7, just 1 of 7 from the floor. She hits a couple more baskets. We're talking a double-double and pushing triple-double territory in her first ever collegiate game.
Absolutely, and you want your point guard to be able to score, but you also want your point guard to be able to assist. So she did what she was supposed to do tonight.
She perfectly encapsulated what she needed to do. Meanwhile, no Coyotes break into double digits. Their leading scorer is Kirsten Rasmussen with 9 on 4 of 6 shooting. Unfortunate for them that they didn't get the ball to her more. Like I mentioned earlier, she's the lone interior returner, and she proved it, but
absolutely,
they just couldn't get her the ball as much as they needed to.
Yeah, the Coyotes are going to take away a lot to learn tonight. Definitely a first game. Great game to come in to play the Broncos. Know things you need to learn to take home and to practice to get better for the season.
Yep, Coyotes will have to take that next step. Slated to finish 8th in the Cascade Conference this season. They're going to hope to do better than that. Broncos end the game on an 11-0 run, and that kind of sums up really what this game was all about.
Absolutely does, and a great first showing by the Broncos. They'll watch film. They'll get ready for Sunday, see what they need to change. I'm sure we'll see the running Broncos again, and we're excited for that.
Yep, Broncos will have to shoot it better, but as Heather mentioned, they will next be in action on Sunday. Weber State, is the opponent. Sunday, 1 p.m. Mountain Time here on the Mountain West Network. But next on the Mountain West Network, we will be back, or I will be back. Heather will be replaced with Dave Southern as we have the men's game, College of Idaho versus Boise State, coming at you just around 4 o'clock. Keep it here on the Mountain West Network. Thank you so much for tuning in. For Heather Berry, I'm Leonard Berry. For the rest of our broadcast crew, hopefully we'll see you around for the men's game.